already know what it is. It's your homegirl, Lottie Dottie. I'm in the building hanging out with Retro, and he ain't never lying.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Retro Philosophy Show, where I always listen to my man, 50 Grand, Pastor Retro. You know what it is.
Hey now, this is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, home of the Moto Mob where legends are made. You are now tuned in to the Retro Philosophy Show. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what to do. Press play.
What's up, everybody? This is your man Pablo Frescobar on the Retro Philosophy Podcast, talking about my newly published book, Courage Unveiled, Navigating the Battlefield Within.
Say, man, you know what it is, man. Special guest in the building. Much love and respect to my man Retro stopping through, y'all. Y'all know what to do.
Big Cell. You still keeping it 100.
Who not like when me happy? See one straight road there to Ocean Boulevard. When you reach at the end, you see some water chuck off. Whether you can swim or not, argument done.
I want to be very clear and transparent.
Boy, bangarang, me ain't no bangarang. Example fi set for the younger one. Yo, bangarang, me ain't no bangarang.
And I go on like you are the man, you are the man, God are the man.
People who real now are endangered species. Nobody wants to be around them. People are afraid of them. Being a real nigga now, it's like you're an endangered species.
Yo, what's up, everybody, including Lottie Dottie? You already know what it is. It's your boy Retro with you on today. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Some of y'all might say this is the Dizzy or whatever. Oh, boy. But I'm just grateful to be in the land of the living. You know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. God is good all the time, and all the time he's good. Hey, if you're watching, I just want to know a couple things. Number one, where are you watching from? And then number two, I want to know how you're feeling on this here morning. I need you to let me know in the comment section. How are you feeling on today? You know what? Miles on the Go. Shout out to him. Out of the Atlanta area. He would send a text, periodically checking in, and he would always say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling today? And I want to borrow from Miles on the Go today, if I can, sir, if that's okay. And I want to know from you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you today? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst day you've ever had, 10 being the best day you've ever had. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing on today? I really would like to know that on today, because sometimes we must take time to be concerned about others. The Bible even speaks about that it says we have to bear the infirmities of the weak. You know, the strong must bear the infirmities of the weak, something to that effect. And so sometimes we should put our stuff aside and check on our brothers and sisters. I want to give a shout out to Norm on this morning as well. I get a text from him quite a bit. Good brother, and we really appreciate Norm, man. He's a good brother. Him and his beautiful wife Anita. They've been in our life for quite a while. I used to cut his hair and his son's hair. And just good people, man. And you know, I often say, you know, you really have to appreciate good people. They are the reward for dealing with. Okay, yeah, with bad people. There's some bad people in this world. I don't care what nobody says. I'm trying to stay hydrated because I am consuming way too much, sodas, and it's just. So I'm trying to make a conscious effort to drink some good quality H2O. Today, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, we want to talk about a few things. Number one, we want to talk about the good. Okay. Number two, we want to talk about the bad. And number three, we want to talk about the ugly. Because sometimes you can't have one without the other. I had a situation to occur. This has been several years ago. and it was an ugly it turned ugly, or it was getting ugly. And I want to be very vague here, but this situation was it was ugly. Anyway, when it all played out, the explanation that I was given was I didn't want to be the bad guy. So there's one particular person who had the power to make a choice to end everything and to, but he didn't want to take that responsibility of making the right choice. He says, either way, I would have been the bad guy. But you know what, saints, people of God, you can't worry about whether or not you're the bad guy. You just got to do what's right. Yeah, you just got to do what's right. Sometimes we make our choices based on how others may feel about us or how others may feel about the choice that we made. But if I can lay down at night and sleep with a clear conscience after making my decision, it doesn't really matter what you think. I'm concerned about what you think, but what you think doesn't really matter. I don't think we should go around in life and through life doing things and saying, screw you, I don't care. That's not the attitude, and that's not the narrative, excuse me, that we are speaking about on this morning. I'm talking about being able to make an educated, a conscious, do I want to say spiritual? Because see, not every choice we got to make is spiritual. Sometimes it's just right and it's just wrong. It's not so much spiritual per se. But we got to be able to make those choices with a good conscience and a clear conscience. And what you think should not deter me doing what's right. Sometimes when you do good, it will bring out the bad in others. Yeah. Because not everybody wants to see you do good, because if you do good, that means they could do good. And some people don't want to do good, so they want you to do bad so they can continue to do bad without consequence or without condemnation, etc., etc., etc. Does that make any sense to anybody on this morning? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me tell you this, and this is something that I've learned from experience. You cannot please everybody all the time. You just can't do it. It's not going to happen. Should I say that, guys? Maybe I shouldn't say that. Because I guess there are those rare occasions. No. I don't think you can please everybody you can't please everybody all the time. That's for sure. But you can please everybody sometimes. So let me say that. But you cannot please everybody all the time. Okay, you can't please everybody all the time. And a lot of times it doesn't have anything to do with the choice that you made, but it has everything to do with the fact that you made the choice. It has everything to do with the fact that you are in the place or in the position to make that choice. And it's not so much the choice. The choice was a good choice. They would have made the same choice. But you were in position to make the choice and not them. So they're not hating on the choice. They're hating on you. So anyway, we didn't get up here to talk about haters. And the reason why we're not going to talk about haters is because haters are really just confused admirers. They're motivation, okay? So haters, ladies and gentlemen, are confused admirers. Stop referring to them as such. Because when you stop referring to them as haters, then you'll stop responding to hate. Yeah. And when you realize and understand that they are confused admirers, you will refer to them as motivation. What do you mean motivation? Motivation for me to deal in such a way that I can educate and bring them to another level. Yeah. Good morning, Natalie. Let's make some noise for Miss James in the building on today. Natalie James is watching with us on this morning. So make sure you guys go and follow her on social media. She's watching from Facebook, so go show her Facebook page some love. I'm sure you'll be inspired. She's always doing something that inspires the youth and beyond. So ladies and gentlemen, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's talk about that. You have set out to inspire those that you come in contact with. You have set out to impact this world in a positive light. Let me share with you, good peoples, that it's not always going to be easy. I'm telling you, it's not always going to be easy. So, thank you so very much, young lady. Appreciate that. I'm feeling grown today. So no, really, I got some business I want to attend to afterwards, and so we want to look a little spiffy, a little snazzy or whatever. But when you set out to do good, there's always going to be evil present. Yeah, always. Evil is always going to be present, unfortunately. I like that. Leave your legacy behind. And so with that said and done, what are we doing to ensure we leave a legacy? We cannot leave a legacy if we stop at every hurdle, if we give up at every mishap, if we, lose it at every intersection of life, because there are many intersections in life. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, in this whole scenario, or in this whole, whatever you want to call it, there are going to be two people that I'd like to consider, or that I would like to speak on for the next several minutes. And if you would like to join the conversation, by all means, feel free to do so. The number will be scrolling at the bottom of your screen here in just a moment, un momento. And so feel free to join in on the conversation, 704-235-8408. And as a matter of fact, we would be ecstatic to hear from you on this morning and hear your take on some of this here narrative, okay? So the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are two people that we would like to consider to discuss for a few more moments here, right? They are heroes and villains. Now, how do I want to say this? I'll just say it the same way it was told to me many, many years ago. If you are not part of the solution, you're still part of the problem. So if you are still part of the problem, then we are going to put you in a category as the villain. Now, what I love about a good movie is that you have an individual or a character in the movie, and they start out as the villain, and you cannot stand them. And then sometimes they start out the hero and turn into the villain. But my point that I want to make is that even though they started out as the villain, at some point they made a choice. It wasn't necessarily a popular choice, but it was a heartfelt choice. It was a sincere choice. It was the right choice. And as a result, their character begins to change from the villain to the hero. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, you have the power to change your character mid-movie. Yeah, because it's a movie out here, folks. Lord knows it's a movie out here. And you can do this. You can change for the better. Now, you cannot change for the better if you are enamored by those who either surround you or you're looking to be surrounded by, because some of y'all are trying to impress people that you shouldn't even be with, let alone impressing. Come on now. I'm trying to think the last person I tried to impress. And if I just keep it 100 with you, the first person that came to my mind who was the last person I tried to impress was Valerie Bailey. Yeah, Valerie Bailey. She's the mother of my wife. Yeah, come on, somebody. I was 15 years old, and and this woman, I was trying to impress her. Let her know that I was somebody, that was worthy to be in the life of her daughter. And okay, all right. So I was 15 years old, y'all. 15 years old. What's my point? My point is I'm 50 now. Well, 49. I'll be 50 in December. So y'all get ready to start sending them birthday gifts in December 13th, okay? I just put that plug out there. Let's get back to the story, guys. I'm too old, and it's too late in the game to be trying to impress somebody at this stage of my life. Come on, man. I'm just saying. Especially now, if you are impressed by what I've done or who I am. That's one thing. I did not say at 50 years old, you will no longer impress people. That is not what I said. What I said was, I'm too old to be trying to impress anybody. What I need to be doing is taking my energy, my efforts, and my, and focusing them on continuing to be who God has called me to be. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie. Let's make some noise for the one and only Edwin Tank Abraham in the morning, on the show this morning. And he's a gold wing rider too, man. And he's getting ready to fire that girl up, and they're getting ready to go knock out the four corners of South Kakalaki. Yeah, four corners of South Carolina. Mission 448. You see it at the bottom of your screen. Out there making it do what it do, getting it in. Worldwide riders. Them jokers right there ain't no joke. Hey, I didn't see you, Jennifer. What's going on, Jennifer? Let's make some noise for Jennifer going to try to make us. Oh, Jennifer, don't say that. Oh, gosh. We would love to see you on Sunday, Jennifer. We would love to see you. We really, really. You're going to make me cry, girl. You're going to make me cry. Come on through. Come on through. Natalie, you come on through. I need everybody to come on through and come celebrate with us on this coming Sunday. We will be celebrating our 17th church and pastoral anniversary. And so, yeah, it would do my heart well to see all of you guys, okay? Get on your motorcycle. Ride on down. Come see Retro. Come hang out with us. Got a great speaker, preacher. So we're excited about that. So yeah, anyway, I have enough trouble trying to impress my come on, Natalie, that part right there, enough trouble trying to impress herself, she said, y'all, let alone somebody else. Look here, man, ain't nobody got time for that, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. Get on down here, Retro, right about there. We'll keep you right there. So anyway, Evangelist Miller is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some noise for her. Thank you for joining the broadcast on this morning. She says good morning to everybody. And if you were brought up in a household like mine, I'm sure you were taught manners. When someone speaks, you speak in return. So she says good morning. Somebody say good morning back. Shaquila Bussy is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on for this quick commercial break.
Hey, now, this is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, home of the Moto Mob, where legends are made.
I love it.
You are now tuned in to the Retro Philosophy Show. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what to do. Press play.
Oh, you better want to know it. Shaquila Bussy is in the morning. She says, good morning, good brother Retro. Good morning, my good sister Shaquila Bussy, making it do what it do. Moto Mob, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to ride your motorcycle with, let's see here, with skill and with precision and with safety and all that good stuff, make sure you go look up the Moto Mob and schedule your class ASAP. All right, yes, ASAP. Let's see, coming on my moped. Come on, Natalie, fire up the moped and come on out and come worship with us. And if you don't bring the moped, just hop in the vehicle, whether you drop in the Bug or whatever, the Yugo. Y'all remember Yugos back in the day? I think they were like anyway. Okay, let's get back to the storyline here, guys. The good, the bad, and the ugly. There are heroes and then there are villains. And not all heroes wear capes. If you saw The Incredibles, you learned a very important lesson that cape could be very dangerous to a hero. If you didn't see it, then you just don't know what I'm talking about. But if you got kids, then I'm sure you saw it. But let's talk about that for a moment, okay? The cape could be very dangerous according to The Incredibles, all right? And they gave many of examples of heroes who wore capes, who the cape brung them to their demise. And I'm very serious here when I say this. There are some of you guys who are heroes, but you put on a cape, and that cape is going to be your demise. Don't do it for the likes and views. Do it because it's right. Don't do it to remain in the in crowd. Do it because it's right. Because if you're doing it for any other reason, it will be exposed sooner or later. There's a phrase out there. I've heard it a few times, and I've definitely seen it more than I would like to. It's called a culture vulture. One who is a vulture on the culture. You take more from the culture than you add to the culture. You're there just to get what you can get. You're there to sell a T-shirt. You're there to sell a book. You're there, to get a few. It's a culture vulture. Don't do it because you get paid. Do it because it's right. Now, I'm not, look here. If you got merchandise, sell your merchandise. You put together a nice product, sell that T-shirt, boy. I'm telling you, sell that hat. Shoot, I need some hats and some T-shirts to sell. But I do what I do out of love, out of compassion, from a good place. And some people don't, everybody's not the same. Everybody's not built the same. Some people are only there for the comments. Let me move on. I ain't trying to step on no toes. I don't want no smoke, none of that. But the reality is,
I done said all I got to say.
No, I know.
A lot of people like to hold back, but I don't hold back nothing. I take just like it is.
and I'm gonna do it in love. I'm gonna do it in love. And so anyway. I want to share something with you as I get ready to get out of your way, because I'm not going to be here all day. It don't take all day to do nothing, and you don't got to be long to be strong. So I am pretty intentional about what I do, especially as it relates to the Retro Philosophy Show. And there have been some times where I ventured out trying to do something that I thought would be cool, something that I thought would, and it proved not to be me. It proved not to be what the Retro Philosophy Show is really about. I'm only human, but I saw something this morning, and I'm sorry I've got to share it. So if you guys would bear with me, I want to share with you what I saw. And again, today's theme, today's thought, today's concentration is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Heroes and villains. Which one are you? Are you a hero or are you a villain? And you cannot be a hero if you rose to your hero status on the expense of someone else. In my book, and my book is small, and my book is insignificant to many. I know. But in my book, it doesn't work like that. I do not want success on the blood of others. I do not want, to rise on someone else's downfall. If I've got to rise to the position, and in order to do so, I've got to kill your character. I've got to kill your influence or whatever. I don't want it. Because I am more concerned about my brother and my sister. People who have done me wrong, I pray for. True story. I'm not trying to act like, I'm just telling you the truth. And I'll be honest with you. It is not just because it's the right thing to do in terms of what the Bible tells us we should pray for them, that this on. But I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I do it to keep me clean. I do it to keep me pure. Because if I don't pray for those that did me wrong, I might do something wrong. So I seriously pray for them. That was a lesson I learned at a very young age too. My mother, what's the word I'm looking for? My mother taught me that lesson. My mother, she illuminated that lesson for me. As a younger child, I had a situation, and she said, "Baby, you got to pray for them." She began to share some things with me, and I did so, and it was a task in the beginning, because when I got down to pray for them, number one, God doesn't answer reckless prayers as it relates to you trying to pray doom on somebody. That's witchcraft. That God don't deal in none of that stuff. So don't get down there talking about, Lord, no, he ain't doing none of that. You're gonna mess around and it's gonna fall on you. So be very careful. But for me, it was a task because of what they did to me, how they treated me, and so on and so forth. But I had to press through me. I had to humble me. One of the most powerful prayers I've ever heard in the Bible was a prayer that Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane. It wasn't when he spoke and told Lazarus to come forth. It wasn't when, it wasn't when he blessed the bread and fed the most powerful prayer ever recorded was the prayer prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane when he said, "Nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done." You are no more powerful than you are able to humble yourself. The Bible says, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, and he will exalt you in due time. The most powerful prayer ever heard. Yeah. So I begin to humble myself. I begin to decrease and literally continue to pray for the individual. And before you know it, not only did it become let me say it this way, it was no longer a task to pray for them. It was part of my, not routine, but it was a part of my regiment. We've talked about the difference between a routine and a regiment many times before. So we'll just move on. But please understand there's a difference between a routine and a regiment. And as a result, the whole scenario changed, the whole relationship changed. Oh my goodness, the power of prayer. We overlooked that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we overlooked that. So let's go ahead and hop into this real quick. And how do we want to do this? I guess we'll do it right about here. Bada boom, bada bang. Now, let's see here. How do I want to set this up? This is actually a North Carolina police officer who pulls this young lady over. Now, this young lady is pulled over by this cop. Cabarrus County, I believe it was. I believe it might have been in the city of Maiden or something like that. He pulls her over for speeding. She's doing 61 and what was she doing? 61 and a 45, I believe. That's a ticket right there. I mean, that's a ticket right there. And so without any further ado, let me go ahead and roll the video.
Channel 9's Cabarrus County reporter Hannah Getz heard about this story months ago and pushed the courts to release the video. And
I hope you guys can hear the audio coming from the video.
Tonight, we finally get to share it with you.
From the lens of
Can you hear the audio, Natalie? Is it coming through
Cabarrus
good?
County Deputy Sean Singleton's body camera, this view is nothing out of the ordinary. A standard traffic stop.
The reason I stopped you is 61 and a 45.
But in his line of work, it's also not out of the ordinary to have an interaction like this.
You don't put your lights on until after I slow down.
Right.
I was going the speed limit.
No, but I clocked you at 61 and a 45. I didn't stop you there. What's with the attitude? Just curious.
Caitlin Ricchini says she was heading home from church when she got pulled over that Sunday.
And I meet him with absolute attitude. Just absolute attitude. We're not allowed to have bad days.
No, everybody's entitled to a bad day.
So
I understand that. Like I
getting
said,
pulled
but
over on a day is not fun.
I can understand that completely. Okay, but like I'm trying to be nice and courteous to you, and like I'm getting a lot of heat. I could tell immediately that it.
We'll talk about the fact that she just coming from church and got a potty mouth. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, as well as you just left church and you got major attitude. We'll talk about that later.
Was not the best of encounters. She was very aggravated.
I come from a background where I don't do cops. I can't stand cops.
Keeping his composure, Singleton ran her license and decided, despite the heated interaction, to let her off with a warning.
So she says she comes from a background and she cannot stand cops. Now, trust me, I get it. I understand it. And that's the reason why I wanted to play this. One of the reasons why I'm playing this video, because a narrative, no matter how ugly, can be changed if we do what's necessary, if we do what's right. Now, this officer could have given her a ticket and it would have added fuel to the fire, not only in ruining her day, but solidifying why she felt the way she felt about cops, right, wrong, or indifferent. So instead of following the law to the T, he did what was right. Come on, somebody.
I understand you have a day, so I'm not trying to make it any worse. This is a warning ticket for you to slow down. That's it. No court date. no fines, no nothing. All right.
Now, he could have matched energy because she was giving it to him. As he saw, as soon as he pulled her over, he saw it. And she even admitted to it. So he could have just said, okay, this is the way we're going to do it. Let's, all right, I'm going to follow your lead. I'm going to match your energy. Because that's what a lot of us do. We match energy. But you got to do more than match energy. You got to conquer it. You got to set the precedence. And so kudos and shout out to this cop for handling this the way that he did, because this could have went left real fast.
You pay attention to the speed limit signs, get to where you're getting to safely.
In that moment, something changed.
I could tell something was going on, I just asked a question, and sometimes it elicits an answer that you expect, and sometimes it elicits an answer that you don't expect.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that this gentleman here has a strong relationship with the Lord. I'm just going to put that out there, because he listened to something other than the circumstance. I don't think you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say here, man. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I know that this cop sees a lot of bad and a lot of ugly, as he's seeing right now. But he chose, in spite of the bad and in spite of the ugly, to allow good to persevere. It's called, ladies and gentlemen, a teachable moment. Are you taking advantage of the teachable moments that comes across your desk, that comes across your path? I'm just asking, because we've got to change. Look, if we don't change this world, let's roll.
You good?
No. Anxiety is killing me.
Okay.
I come from a background, I'm clean and sober now, so I don't, I've always had bad incidents with cops. So
So she said the anxiety is killing me. She's going through some stuff, she's literally fighting for her life in many aspects. Okay. And the officer sees and understands that there's more to this situation than what meets the eye. See, sometimes we judge people based on how they're acting, when what it should be is an indicator as to what's going on. A lot of times when children and people, for that matter, are acting out, they're acting out for a reason. I don't think anybody gets up and just says, you know what, I want to be, I could use some other words if I was a cussing Christian, but I don't think anybody gets up and says, I just want to be a jerk today. I don't think anybody gets up and just says, I want to be in a bad mood today. I think people get up and they think that life has nothing to offer, so they flow in that manner because they have no hope. But it's not their choice to just get up and just be mean and be mad and just be ornery. It's because they have lost faith in a system. They've lost faith in this world. They've lost faith in humanity. And ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, even Lottie Dottie, we have the power, we have the wherewithal to change the narrative. You are too old to prolong an argument. You've got to see the teachable moment. And you say, well, these little, they don't listen to nobody. Well, maybe your teaching approach is off. Maybe you need to learn a little something so you can teach a little something. Maybe you are too stuck on your perspective. Therefore, you're not reaching them. People don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Deputy Singleton offering words of encouragement, having no idea what Caitlin was going through until this moment.
Is there anything I can do for you? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need help with anything at all?
You know how bad she wanted somebody to see her? Do you know how bad she wanted somebody to realize she's struggling? Oh my goodness, this I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Something got in my eye when I was watching it this morning, and it kind of had to flush it out. It was touching.
Give me a hug?
Yeah.
Come here.
I moved down here to get away from an abusive relationship, and I'm clean and I'm sober for 4 months.
There you have it, folks. The backstory. You see somebody in a particular situation, but do you know the backstory? I'm not justifying where they are in life right now. I'm not justifying their actions, But I promise you, there's a backstory. That dude is not just mean and mad all the time. He's just hurt. He's just confused. He's alone. He's whatever the case may be. And I think sometimes before we try to address the present, the current, the here and now, I think we should try to get some understanding of the backstory. And this officer knew there was a backstory. And I know he's not the only one. There are more officers out there that are like this. There are more people that are like this. Because right now he's being a father. Right now he's being because I'm pretty sure that girl is probably young enough to be his daughter. And he is, I was reading a scripture where it talked about Jesus and he saw the sheep. He said they were scattered abroad like sheep having no shepherd. And he was moved with, here's the word, compassion. Do you still have the ability to show compassion to others that have even done you wrong, that have been mean to you for no reason? I mean, he pulled her over for speeding. It wasn't like he pulled her over and he was racial profiling or anything like that. The girl was going 61 in a 45-mile zone. He had every right to pull her over. He was supposed to do so. So it's not like he was just, picking on her. And automatically she just starts giving him attitude. But he realizes that there's something more to this story.
Caitlin revealed she was in a fight for her life in sobriety. Battling years of addiction and abuse, she had just moved to North Carolina, leaving her 5-year-old son in Maryland so she could get clean and get him back.
Yeah, I've never hugged a cop before. I've always been put in handcuffs by them.
Singleton had no idea his humanity.
She said, I've never hugged a cop before. I've always been put in handcuffs by them. And so the beautiful thing is this officer single-handedly has just changed a projectile, not only for this young lady, but for her son. She says, I've never hugged a cop before. So now I promise you, the next time she sees a police officer, she's not going to see them in the same light. And I know there are some bad cops out there, but there are also some good ones too. So, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the ugly is not the fact that we've got bad cops. The ugly is the fact that we fail to see the good ones because of the bad ones. That's what's ugly. And that's where, when, and how the enemy wins twice. And we're talking about cops because that's who's in the video. But this is applicable. This can be applied to many other situations and circumstances as well. So let's just be real careful. Just a little bit more in this clip and I'll let you go.
And kindness that day changed Caitlin's life and possibly saved it.
I told him, I was like, I'm ready to give up. I was actually on my way to probably do something that wasn't in my best interest.
Take a deep breath, all right?
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. He single-handedly, very possibly, could have saved that young girl's life. You say, oh, Retro, you being a little bit extreme. And no, I'm being dead serious. Because as she just said, she was getting ready to go do something that probably would have messed up her life. She had went to church. Oh, gosh, here we go. She had went to church, no doubt looking for what she couldn't get. Hold on, let me say this right. She went to church looking to get from church what she should have got from church, but instead she had to get it from that police officer. You mean to tell me nobody gave that girl a hug at church? Because when she was pulled over, she had a little potty mouth coming from church. And so sometimes we get the people in our churches, in our congregations, but we preach to them, but we don't minister to them. If we had more preachers like this cop, the ability to read the room, the ability to read the situation. Now, I'm pulling you over to give you a ticket, but I see a bigger situation at hand. So let's address the bigger situation that's more important, and which is what he did. Change this girl's life. Change her life. And you think that you should get that from church, right? You're trying to stay sober. You're fighting for your life. You think, hey, I'll go to church. I'll be encouraged. I'll be strengthened. I'll be empowered. But not always so. Not always so. Which is why we must understand that, number one, there's power in the pews. And what I mean by that is sometimes, unfortunately, Uh-oh, what did I do? The preacher misses, but the congregant can save it. Yeah. Well, you, as an individual who sits in those pews every Sunday or whatever it is you choose to go to church, you've got power to minister as well. You can literally, when you leave those four walls, they used to always tell me, and I picked it up and ran with it too. We go to church to worship, we leave to serve. And so when you leave church, you too can do what this cop did. Maybe you're a police officer and you're watching this. I hope we got a police. If you know a police officer, share this with them. Because you have the ability to change a narrative for the better. Because in my humble opinion, I'm trying to word this correctly. The relationship between the police and society, or the citizen, the average citizen, is and I think we need to change that. And I think we can too. Because again, not all cops are bad. And we've got to get beyond that narrative. I grew up with the same narrative in my life. I ain't gonna lie to you. In my neighborhood, you didn't talk to cops, you didn't like cops, you didn't trust cops, none of that, But the reality is, man, not all of them are bad. That's why the church is just a building. It's just a building. You in church, but you're not in church. The irony of it all, that part right there. And so we've got to do better. That goes without saying. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish this. It's just got a few more moments in this clip. I think this is actually about it.
Everything's gonna be okay. Okay. You're on the right path. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing now. Okay. All right. Don't lose that hope.
That traffic stop happened back in March.
And I left my family, and I left my son.
Now, 6 months later,
This is one of the guys that helped save my life.
Caitlin's celebrating 10 months clean.
Can you say hi?
Doing good?
Can you say it's nice to meet you?
And introducing her son Isaiah to the deputy who gave her the strength to get him back.
It's good to see you again.
Cool.
How you been?
Well, don't lose that fight that's in you. Okay?
I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen.
It's driving you to a better life, right?
But I think that this is an absolutely beautiful story.
Hang on.
I think it's an absolutely beautiful story. So let's give it up for the officer for a job well done. Job well done. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, it's your boy Retro, man. That's going to do it for me on today. I just wanted to share this video, and I want to encourage you, myself as well, to continue to change the narrative. Excuse me. It might not be popular, because this video might get a few views, but if I had some titties up here bouncing and some booties up here bouncing, folks would be viewing. If I was on here cussing and fussing, they'd be viewing. If I was on here slinging all kind of heresy or all kind of foolishness, the views would be through the roof. But what I'm saying is, doing the right thing is not always popular. Doing the right thing is not always easy, and doing the right thing, it's not even always fun. But you do it because you got to do it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You're giving them your all, and they're taking it and still slaughtering your character. But you do it because it's right. What if I'm kind to you and I do whatever, and you still talk about me this side or whether, what the reality is, it ain't even my business. Now it's not right, but nor is it my business. I'm doing it because that's who I am. I'm doing it because that's what I do. I'm going to keep doing it because I refuse to let a no good, low down, slimy, waste of skin niglet cause me to get out of alignment. Does that make any sense to anybody? It makes a lot of sense to me. And so in the spirit of that, let me see if I can play this real quick. Because listen to this, folks.
You got to be a new type of stupid to think that you could do me wrong, not apologize. Think that if you let time go by, you can hit me up and think you still got access to me.
Not around here, partner.
Now, you can shut off access, but don't stop doing good. Come on, somebody. You won't take advantage of it anymore, but you're not going to stop me from doing what I must do. Don't let nobody stop you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, we want to thank you for joining us on today. And as I always say, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. If you have not already signed up for Mission 448, well, goodness gracious, God Almighty, what are you waiting on? Why don't you follow suit with Worldwide Riders? They're launching out this weekend to do the South Carolina Four Corners. And Lord knows I would have rode it with them, but I'll be in Elk Park, North Carolina this weekend for a revival in the mountains. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's see here. If you would like to register to ride the Four Corners of your state, Mission 448 style, just reach out to us and I will send you the link. And let me see if I could share it real quick here. Bada boom, bada bang. I guess I could do this here. I'll share it with you guys real quick, put it in the comment section, and then that way you can copy and paste. And bada boom, bada bang. So many steps. Let me see. No. Maybe I can do it this way. Bada boom, bada bang. There we go. All right, now I can do this. And then we'll do this. Bada boom, bada bang, boom. And hopefully that works, guys. Hopefully that works. It's in the comment section now. That's not the way I really want to share it. But anyway, you can always go over to our Facebook page, Mission 448, and go ahead and join the group there. And the link is definitely there. And you can also inbox me, and I will send it over to you personally. And that way you can ride the Four Corners of your state, man. It's a really cool ride that we've been doing. Registration is now open for all of the lower 48 states. And it gives you the four corners of that state. You ride it. You do not have to do it in one day. You can take a whole week if you wanted to. But you do it your style. You make it your ride. The only requirements is that you do it in one trip. It may take several days if that's what you decide to do. But you can't go do two corners, go home, and then come back and do the other two. So you have to do it in one outing, if you will. And so we've really been enjoying the ride, Mission 448. We have quite a few people to come through and do it. And as I said, Worldwide Riders, they're launching out today. This is, good Lord, I'd say they're probably about almost on a half a dozen. They've done, am I exaggerating? They've done Georgia. They've done North Carolina. They've done Maryland. They've done, I know there's one more, and now they're getting ready to, so they'll be up to like at least 5 that they have done. So we appreciate them for coming through and supporting the movement. And again, you guys can do the same. So let's see here. We got a couple things we would like to share with you, and then we're going to get out of your way. Bada boom, bada bang. Hey, check this out, guys. We've been having a lot of fun doing the What's Love. Let me just talk about that for a moment. This is already passed. We've done this one. This just passed this past Saturday. But if you have not considered doing this, man, we really want to encourage you to come on out and check out the marriage enrichment sessions. This is session 2. We'll be doing session number 3 next month. That date is to be announced. And so the brain is already spinning and turning on some things that we will be covering and sharing with those who are in attendance. This past Saturday, we talked about the stages of marriage. We talked about 8 stages of marriage, and we really enjoyed diving into those stages with those who are in attendance. This is not a end all fix all. It is a marriage enrichment session. Okay, so we are sharing tips and tools and experiences that will help you enrich your marriage. Sometimes we think that what we have is no good, or what we have is ruined, or is bad, or whatever. And it might be bad, but just because it's bad don't mean it can't be turned around. Okay, you just have to sometimes apply the tools. Now here's the thing, and I'll get out of your way. The thing with tools is you got to invest in them. You cannot do certain jobs if you don't have certain tools. And then if you're trying to do a job and you don't have the right tools, that job is going to be difficult. And it's going to be strenuous. So if you invest in the proper tools, yes, those tools are expensive, but they'll help you get that job done. Lickety split. Yeah. So we are empowering those in attendance with tips and tools to help keep their marriage on the uppity up. So check it out, guys. We'll be sharing that date when we get ready to do the session number 3. And also we have a group on Facebook, so make sure you guys go and join the group as well. What's love? Come on, somebody. And love can be defined in many different ways by many different people. Got to give a shout out to my man Eddie Bird over there at LEDs and Bags, making it do what it do. Go check him out. Tell him Retro sent you. We always show him love because that's what he does. Now this coming Friday, oh goodness gracious, I tell you, this month has blown by. But we will be in Abington. We'll be in Elk Park, North Carolina. What is that? 170 Maple Street, Elk Park, North Carolina. And man, I'm telling you, man, I'm genuinely looking forward to this. A lot of times when I'm invited somewhere to speak, depending on, sometimes I'll have an idea, and then there are sometimes where it's just like an anticipated blank. And I love it because that's when God fills it in. So we are excited about what God is going to do up there. Shout out to Pastor Honeycutt, Josh Howard, Casey Stout, Caleb Ledford, Ducky, everybody that's going to be there, man. We're excited. This will be some of the most powerful deliveries ever on the mountain at First Baptist Church of Elk Park. Friday at 6 p.m. Will be the youth revival, and then Saturday the 27th starting at 9 a.m. So all motorcycle ministries are welcome and needed. So ladies and gentlemen, put it on your calendar and come on out and let's have ourselves a good time. I will be there speaking on Friday, and so we're excited about that. So again, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see here. Bada boom, bada bang. We will also be celebrating our 17th church anniversary. We kind of spoke about that briefly earlier when Jennifer mentioned that she was planning on being there, and this is what she was referring to. And we would love to see not only her, but we would love to see you as well. Service starts at 11:30 a.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn in Mooresville, located at 159 Gateway Boulevard. And Pastor Adam Craddock is the speaker, and we've been corresponding, and so we're looking forward to receiving him on Sunday, as well as the word that the Lord will deliver through him. That boy got some fire on him, man. That's why his hair red, because he got some fire on him. Oh man. 17 years. Good Lord. It's been 17 years. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. It's your boy Retro, man. We appreciate you, man. Glad that you joined us on this morning for the broadcast. And it's always good when you stop by and hang out with me for a few minutes. And that's all I got. And now I'm going to get out your way. God bless you. Heaven smile on you. And remember, you got the power to change the narrative. You really do.
You already know what it is. It's your homegirl, Lottie Dottie. I'm in the building hanging out with Retro, and he ain't never lying.
Listen, honey, this is shouting material. I don't care who you are. Listen, honey, this is shouting material. I don't care who you are.
tuned in, Lottie Dottie. It's your boy Retro with you on today. And I've got a public service announcement for you. Just because you do something that you see an OG do doesn't make you an OG. And just because you get on your motorcycle and you pound from here to there doesn't make you a ground pounder either. You'll never be what you ain't. But hey, like they say in the Army, be all you can be. Ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie. It's your boy Retro. Let you know that registration for Mission 448 is open. You can register today and ride the four corners of your state or multiple states. Who's going to be the first to collect the four corners of each of the lower 48 states? Hashtag Who's Got Next. Register today and ride the four corners of your state.
Glory to God in the highest. Hey, glory to God in the highest. The favor of God is among us. Ooh, glory to God today. With our best friends. Peace and